Good afternoon, South Florida. I'm Jenny Jones, and welcome to episode number 5. That's right, number 5. And I've got my newest friend, my very inspirational friend, my young friend, my entrepreneur friend, my golfer friend, Carter Bonas. And I'm so happy to have him because he is such an inspiration. And you don't have to be young, you don't have to be old, you can be whatever age that you need to be. And his book is very inspirational and you'll get something out of it. And matter of fact, this is his book right here. So, welcome, Carter.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So, I got a chance to see you on different networks and different things like that. And I fell in love with your story and I said, I got to meet that young man. And then lo and behold, here you are on my new show, Talkin on Water. So I'm going to talk to Carter whilst we're out here on the water. So how are you enjoying yourself so far? You had a little bit of a boat ride and now it's time to, chop it up. So you enjoying the ride?
Yeah, the boat ride is really good so far. And I just love being on boats and being on the water. And I think it's really interesting and cool.
Okay. Well, like I said, glad to have you. And you have so many job titles, so let's just kind of go over a few so you could tell everybody what it is that you do.
So I have my own golf company called Spectrum Golf. I sell golf apparel like shirts, pants, belts, hats, visors, and more. But my most recent stuff is I have my own nonprofit called Carter Spectrum Golf, where I give free golf lessons to youth and veterans, just getting them introduced to the game of golf. And like you said earlier, I just written my book called Swinging Beyond the Spectrum.
Swinging Beyond the Spectrum.
And it's about the story of my life and the challenges and struggles I had to get through and overcome.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show some of your clothing and then I'm going to get to a little more personal about you. So tell us, excuse me, tell us what you brought for a show and tell today.
So what I brought for the show and tell is my Autism golf towel.
Okay.
And I designed it myself.
So you draw or you just kind of give them directions on what you want?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
And this is the best golf towel. It feels good, and if you don't play golf, you don't even have to use it as a golf towel. You can use it as a towel to dry your hands or to wash your face. I have multiple. I have one in my golf bag and one in my bathroom, and they're just very comfortable and
very colorful. I like the colors. I like colors, bright things, and that's what Miami is about. It's about colors and sunshine and palm trees. Yeah. We like sunshine and palm trees. And you've got another item here?
Yes, and these are my pants. They are made out of...
You might have to hold them a little bit more up.
Gotcha. These are my pants, and they're made out of wicking polyester. And the cool thing about it is that wicking polyester only absorbs 0.4 of your sweat, while cotton absorbs more than 7%.
Okay.
So it allows you to stay nice and dry on the golf course and not feel weighed down.
So it doesn't take all of the sweat away, but so that way it kind of helps you keep more cool.
Yes.
Is that the premise? Yes.
Yeah, and so the clothes don't stick to you while you're golfing, because one of the big things for me was what if I was wearing cotton pants and a shirt and I would go out playing golf, it gets really hot. So then I would just feel sticky and weighed down, and I just hated that feeling.
Okay.
And also another interesting thing about wicking polyester is that it's very, very comfortable. And every person who I gave my pants to and my shirts to, they say it feels very comfortable, and sometimes sometimes I wear them as pajamas since they're so comfortable.
Okay. Well,
and the special thing about these pants is that they're our smallest size, and we go up to 4X.
4X. So you just take care of everybody then, huh?
Yes.
I guess that's kind of your motto. Is I read that you are a public speaker,
yes,
a mentor. You've just got a lot going on, and what I want to touch on just a little bit so people understand the magnitude and the weight of what you're able to accomplish at such a young age. So tell us just a little bit about being on the spectrum, the autism spectrum, for people that don't know, and so they'll understand a little bit about you and the challenges that you face, and like I said, just appreciate what all you've been able to accomplish.
Right. So I would say being on the spectrum is a blessing and a challenge at the same time. And there are benefits and there are some downsides. Some benefits are I can focus on one thing and just stay focused on that until it gets done. And that can be useful when I'm doing business or my school work, and I will just focus on business or school work until it gets done. And sometimes it's a bit hard to turn off, so sometimes I'll be working at school for like maybe 5 hours straight and just do that and then not do anything else until I finish. So I still need to work on that a little bit, but it's not as bad as it used to.
So what is a day-to-day like for you dealing with being on the spectrum?
So when I wake up, I usually have my blinds to my windows closed because sometimes I can have a sensory overload if I look out the window like as soon as I wake up. So sometimes I'll close my window blinds and then I'll just slowly open them while I'm stretching so my eyes can get some time to adjust to the light, because sometimes I go outside and I feel like the sun is so bright that I can't see anything and I start stressing out a little bit.
Okay.
Or that's what used to happen. Now I can calm myself down and everything will go back to normal in a couple seconds.
So you kind of you've kind of found your triggers and you're better able to control them now.
Yes.
Because I was reading in the book again, Swinging Beyond the Spectrum, that the first line, it kind of troubled me a little bit, but then as I read your book, I got it.
Right.
The first line, I think it was, you said you were having bullies in school, and you said you thought about taking your own life, and that made me super duper sad. But tell me how you were able to come through that to the other side, and now that you're inspiring other people.
So while I was in school, some of it was good, but I would kind of say most of it wasn't really that good. I was a C and B student, had a really hard time focusing, and I was pretty much bullied every day. So every day, Monday through Friday, for maybe 3 or 4 years. So that was really rough. But how I got through that was just having a good support group. I didn't have much friends, but the friends I did have were really good and very kind. And my mom was just there for me the whole time, and she is a therapist, so she knew what I needed and where to go for help, and I'm just really thankful for that.
Yeah, I think I've seen what all you've been doing with your mom, and it's definitely a blessing. So I know when you got Sports Illustrated Kid of the Year in, what was it, 2022, correct?
Yes.
And I hope one of the first persons that you thanked was Hi Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. She helped me get early intervention when I was little. We would go to speech therapy pretty much every other day, like 4 days, 5 days a week. And I think that just really helped me become who I am today, because I was nonverbal until I was around 4 or 5. Wow. And I think I wouldn't be verbal or still not be verbal for a longer time if it wasn't for that early intervention.
Gotcha. Now, tell me about your siblings. I also read in your book, you were kind of taking all the attention away from your siblings. So how is that relationship, how is it now? Because I can only imagine that, there was probably some jealous and some hurt feelings, but because they couldn't understand your world. So how is the relationship with your siblings now?
So with my mom, I have one sister and one brother. My brother's name is Joseph, but I like to call him Jojo.
Okay,
and
Jojo.
My sister's name Andrea. And Jojo, he's the best big brother. He helped me with schoolwork, and every single time he would come over, we would just stay up all night playing video games, and that's just one of the highlights of every time I get to see him, because I pretty much get to see him like maybe 2 weeks out of the year or 3 weeks out of the year. So just spending time with him is really special. And I wouldn't say he felt jealous. I think he's more proud of me about how much I've been through and how much I overcome. And he's just the best big brother. My sister, she's doing pretty good.
And what's her name?
Andrea.
Andrea, okay.
And if anything, I feel like she might have been jealous a little bit, but that never stopped her and never stopped me from loving her. And we both loved each other. We're brother and sister, so I just love her with all my heart.
Okay. And it's always good to have that family support and that family love and that network, you know, because when you go out into the world, there's so many different personalities and people, and sometimes it could be not a safe place. So I can understand that you probably felt like that's your cushion and that's your bubble. Yeah.
My family's just the best.
It's the best. And families usually are. I mean, sometimes, you know, they act up at the cookout, but we couldn't be anywhere without our family. So I understand that you have some pretty big name fans. You not fans. I meant friends.
Yes.
Friends. So tell me about a couple of your friends that I know. And then Ernie Els and Doug Flutie. So tell me about each one of those, and if you've got a couple of more that you want to tell me about those as well.
Yeah. So how I met Ernie Els was I was at the golf course practicing with my coach, and it was around the time I first started playing golf, and he told me about Ernie Els and about how he would love my story, because at that point I recently started my business like a year going, and I had autism, and Ernie's son also has autism.
Ah, okay.
And my coach said he would love to hear my story and that we should reach out to him. But me and my mom felt like he's a really big person and we wouldn't feel like he would reach out to us, right?
Right.
So I think a couple months later, one morning, me and my mom woke up and my desk was right next to hers. So I would go to school on my laptop and she would do work. And then she called me over and she got an email from Ernie Els saying that he would like to meet up with us and hear more about my story from me personally. And that was one of the best days ever. That was just really special that someone that big would take interest in me and reach out to us. And we totally weren't expecting it.
But you know what? I think I think he was probably happy to have that village. You know, you being on the spectrum, and you said his son being on the spectrum, because you can network. You know, you can network, and maybe he can see some things that you're doing, maybe inspire his son, or, you know, he can tell you about some of the things his son is doing and maybe inspire you, because they always say it takes a village to raise a kid, you know, and right. you need your village. So I think you've got your mom, your sister, and your brother. And Doug Flutie, tell me about Doug Flutie.
So Doug Flutie, I believe he reached out to us asking if I wanted to join his golf team called Stars of the Spectrum, the Stars of the Spectrum golf program. And I thought that was really cool and awesome. So we went out and we joined, and I got to meet the other golfers who are also on the spectrum, and all of them are great. They're like my second family. I feel like I can really relate with them and they can relate with me. It's like, again, like a second family for me.
Okay, so who's your favorite golfer?
His name is, his name is Ian, and he's like my second big brother.
Okay.
And
now he's also on the professional level, or is he on the junior level?
He's on the professional level. He's around
level?
the same age as my brother, and my brother is 26.
Okay.
And yeah, he's like a big brother figure, and he inspires me because he has autism and he has a job
Ah.
and he is able to support himself living on his own. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to start my business, so I can be independent, not worry about my future. And he's just a really big inspiration to that.
And one of the other things I read was during the pandemic, when people were kind of passing away left and right, whether it be the parents or the kids, that you were concerned about your future and how you were going to take care of yourself, which you said, I do believe, is how you came about to start your entrepreneurship, your golf line,
Yes.
and some other things. Tell me a little bit about that.
So during the pandemic, I was worried something would happen to my mom or dad, and I would not be able to support myself or live on my own. So I went to my mom and I asked if I could start my own business, and she said no. She said no a lot,
She
and
said
I had to ask for around 6 months.
Wow.
And at the time, my mom's friend Mark, and he's also my friend too, he said we lived on a golf course, which I didn't know, and that I should try playing golf sometime. So we went out and I played golf for the first time, and I just loved it. And I decided like a month or two after that, I wanted to start a golf business where I can sell comfortable golf clothes.
Okay. And you actually have on some of your golf clothing right now.
Yes.
So let's see here what we've got. We've got Orca Golf. What is that?
So Orca Golf is one of our partners and one of our close friends. We know the CEO behind Orca Golf, and her name is Erica, and she is very kind and very nice.
Okay.
And she has made a custom golf bag for both me and my mom, and
okay.
we love our golf bags.
Okay. And on the other side here, we've got your logo. And tell us about your logo.
Yes, so the logo stands for Spectrum Golf SG. And while I was designing the logo, I wrote the S, but I wrote the G backwards because I'm dyslexic. And my dad, no, I was gonna fix it, but my dad said the design looked good, and me and my mom went over it, and it did look really good. So we just kept it. So it was like a little mistake that wasn't a mistake.
I like it. It's very sharp. It's crisp, and it's clean, and it's you. It's you. So let's you tell us a little bit about your foundation and what you're doing with your foundation to help other kids and the community.
So one of the newest things that we are doing is called Carter Spectrum Farm. A couple months ago, we purchased some land in Punta Gorda, and it's 1 acre, and we just had the land raised by a foot because there were a lot of trees. So we cleared out the trees. We still have some, but most of it was turned into mulch to raise the land. So now when that mulch breaks down more, it'll be good planting soil. And that goes into what we're trying to do at the farm. And that is, I'm trying to create a retreat and an environment to where people can relax and get away from unhealthy food and eat healthy. And
so you're going to have your own little garden and all that, huh?
Yes. So I would say my biggest goal for the farm is to help people and kids beat diabetes just like I did, because I used to have diabetes, but I beat it and I don't have diabetes anymore.
Well, that's wonderful, because a lot of people don't get that opportunity to just be able to go cold turkey on some of the foods and some of the eating habits that are unhealthy for them.
Right.
But they know they need to cut back or do something different. And yeah, so you can also inspire people that way as well, because like I said, it's prevalent in the Black community.
Right. In the past, I used to eat pretty unhealthy when me and my mom didn't know that all the stuff was unhealthy and it had all the preservatives in it. And I believe when I was around 8 or 9, I was in a camp, and it was kind of like an exercise health camp, and they said that diabetes was uncurable, and that just kind of scared me, but I didn't know how to get diabetes. So
Right.
when it got to the point where I got it a couple years later, I was really scared because I'm afraid of needles, and I
Me too.
didn't want to prick myself in the finger every time I wanted to eat. So I'm like, how do I get rid of this? But then I just remembered that it was uncurable, so I decided to do some research for myself. And it is, if you just put in the work and the dedication to just eat healthy and exercise, and I did. And we went to the doctors a year or two later, and they said I was diabetes free, and that was just a really happy day for me.
And a blessed day, yes. And back to, like I said, the first line in your book, I'm so glad that you're still here with us today, because you are such a blessing and a bright light, and we need more lights like you know, because I see things in some of the next generation, some of the younger generation. The kids are not as respectful. They're always on their phones, you know, which I think causes a lot more problems, because you see all of these people supposedly living the grand lifestyle, and you want it, but you're not willing to work hard like you are to go get it. So social media has its positives and it has its negatives, but like I said, it's such a blessing that you are still here to be able to share your story and tell about all of your amazing accomplishments. Like I said, CEO, you've got your own clothing line, you've got your foundation where you're giving back to the community. Uh, Tell us about your golf game. Pretty good golfer. Tell us about your golf game.
Yeah, so my golf game has been going pretty good, but I used to be a bit better in the past. But as my business kept growing and growing and just getting better, and me going through school, I kind of had uh, I just been kind of playing less and less. But I still really love and enjoy playing golf, and I want to go out whenever I can and just play whenever I can, because it's just the sport that I love, and it's just the perfect sport for me. If it wasn't for golf, I probably might not be playing any other sport.
So you're not necessarily maybe looking to take your golf game to like the next level, or you're more focused on your businesses, your different businesses right now?
Um, it's kind of hard to say right now because it's just a lot of decisions I need to make. But if at all possible, I would like to improve my golfing career while boosting my business.
Do you like Tiger Woods? Are you a Tiger Woods fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about his son Charlie? You know, it looks like he's doing pretty well, following in his dad's footsteps.
Yeah. I think Charlie is really cool, and I believe one time I was playing in a kids junior tournament, and Charlie I think was gonna play like right after I teed off, but I don't think he came. But I don't really remember it that good. It was a long time ago.
It's okay. We all have memory parts, so to speak.
Right, but I do think he was gonna play in the tournament.
Okay. Well, I just had to check to see who else are some of your famous friends that are ended up business partners with you.
So I go to an online school called K-12 Online, and it's just a really amazing school. And if it wasn't for K-12, then I probably wouldn't be here right now or done any of the more exciting things with my business. And it's just that K-12 allows me to get out of the house and do a lot more things. And if I miss a class, it's okay, and I can just go back and watch the recording and just not be absent, unlike a regular school where I would probably have to drop out. So K-12 is just a really big blessing for me.
Okay.
And the CEO is a close friend and mentor for me. And I have my own golf tournament on April 26th, on April 25th. And
Coming up, or
Yeah.
you've already passed? It's annual.
so it's already passed this year, but it's an annual tournament
Okay.
that I host. And the CEO sponsored last year's tournament, and he's going to sponsor next year's tournament.
Okay. I hear you kind of like some b-ball, some Steph Curry.
Oh, yes. So when I was 2022 Sports Kid of the Year, Steph Curry was Sports Person of the Year. So when we went to the event, I actually got to meet him.
Ah, that's cool. Is he as nice as he seems like he is on TV?
Yeah, he's wonderful.
What about his golf game?
Well, I haven't seen him play golf besides from a couple clips, but from what I've seen, he's pretty good.
Okay. Did he give you any pointers?
Just to keep up what I was doing and to just keep being an inspiration to people.
And you're doing that. You're doing just that. And I understand when you first started out, you tried a bunch of different sports. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I tried a lot of different sports. I played t-ball, soccer, flag football. I tried a little bit of hockey, but a lot of it was just yelling, and I just didn't like the yelling or running or just me being hurt. And in golf, there's none of that. It's just me on the golf course, and I just get to relax and have fun.
Well, what shocked me was you actually thought about hockey. First of all, most black folks, we don't like the cold. And second of all, I think we like our teeth because in hockey, it's a lot of them are missing their teeth or, having to have them replaced. So
Well, the thing about me is that I like the cold. I prefer
you
being
do?
cold than hot, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, for hockey, it was just the aggressiveness, and I'm not good at skating.
I'm not either. I'll be doing good to walk on my 2 feet that
Yeah.
the Lord gave me. So
Yeah,
but-
so I just stick with golf, and I don't get hurt when I play golf. My mom does sometimes, but that's okay.
How does she do that?
She's still kind of learning how to play, and sometimes when she goes on the golf course, she gets hit by golf balls.
Oh, okay.
She's been hit while we were playing once, but she didn't get hit. It just rolled to her foot and stopped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got to protect your mom, right?
Right.
Okay. So golf gives you what kind of peace? What do you feel when you're out on the golf course?
I feel calm, relaxed, and just in nature and just in the moment.
In the moment. So how do you stay so focused? I mean, help some of the rest of us because I do have that challenge of trying to stay focused. I know what I want to do, and I write my notes, and I try to check them off, but sometimes I don't always do. So help me and help some of the rest of us to stay focused. How do you do that?
So one of the things I do to stay focused is just take deep breaths just in and out. And while I'm taking those deep breaths, I take the time to calm down and just think about what I want to do or what I need to do and focus on. And that will help me focus.
So what's next for Carter Bonas? What's next for you? What's the next big mountain that you're going to climb?
So the next big thing is the farm, and also I'm planning to start my own NIL golf tour.
Wow. NIL golf? Tell me about that again.
So, just the podcast? Yeah, so.
It's taped, so you're good.
Yeah, I am.
So, FMU simulator
Oh, yeah.
and your podcast. The NIL has been scratched for now.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that, thanks. So, what my new biggest thing will be the golf simulator we have at FMU University. And my goal with that is to introduce college kids to golf and new opportunities for scholarships.
Ah, okay.
And
So you want to give opportunities to other people too.
yeah, because opportunities are just one of the most important things that in life. And I was given a lot of opportunities by the people who I love and care about and my support group, and I just want to give opportunities back to people too.
Okay. Well, tell us where we can find this wonderful book, Swing and Beyond, and I promise you it's a great read. I'm not done yet, but it's a great read. I'm so inspired. So tell us where we can get your book and your clothing as well.
So where you can get my book on Amazon and my website, and my website is www.carterspectrumgolf.com,
Okay.
and my clothes are on carterspectrumgolf.com too.
Okay. But they can also get it at the country club, correct?
Yes, and you can also get my clothes at the Country Club of Coral Springs, and also on the website. If you have a kid, you can apply them to my mentorship program, where I'll teach them how to play golf and valuable life lessons, and I give the lessons at the Country Club of Coral Springs.
Okay. And in case people want to follow you and see what all is in the world of Carter Bonas, tell us your social media.
So my social media is Carter Spectrum Golf too.
Okay. And that's across the board, Twitter, YouTube,
Yes.
everything's the same?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, Carter, it's been my pleasure to have you on my show. Like I said, a very inspirational young man.
Yes.
And
Before we end, I have a gift for you, and it's your own shirt.
yay! Can I take it out? Can I take it out?
Yeah, of course.
And blue's my favorite color. So
Nice.
yeah, you got my. Give me 2 seconds. How about that? Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
again. Can I get a hug?
Yeah, of course.
Thank
you for having me.
Thank you for being on my show, and thank you for the wonderful gift. And I hope and I pray nothing but more blessings to come your way,
Thank you.
and continued success. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So that concludes my 5th episode of Talking on Water, and my very special, inspirational, entrepreneurial special guest, Carter Bonas. So I'm so happy, and I hope that you take the inspiration that I was able to take from me meeting him and reading his book and seeing all that he's doing at a very young age. I'm like, he's inspiring me to want to go run through some brick walls. So let's do it. Let's do it.